Hey guys, I am back. Welcome to Lovely J Podcast with Miss Coco Bowden. If you were listening to part one of why did I pull my tooth out, here's part two. But just to give you a recap of part one, first I said happy birthday to my granddaughter London. She turned 10 years old today. And now and I said some words about her, so you have to go back and catch that on the podcast. It's right before this one. What I said is, a recap is I met a guy. I was with him for 15 years, and I didn't know that he had gum disease. I didn't know he had gingivitis and all that stuff. And so I found out at the last moment. I didn't even know why. I thought his teeth, I didn't even find out he had it until after I was diagnosed with periodontal disease. And all his teeth fell out, but because we were doing drugs, I thought his teeth fell out because we were doing drugs. So that made me brush mine extra harder. You know, I was brushing 2-3 times a day. I was brushing with baking soda, peroxide, and, anything that they said was healthy, I was using and brushing. He never told me why his teeth fell out. We broke up in 2009. And about 6 months after we broke up is when I started experiencing problems. The first thing I got was an abscess, but wasn't no tooth bad. I didn't have no cavities. He didn't have no cavities. I mean, these were all perfectly good teeth, perfect, healthy teeth. The teeth were healthy, but the gums were not. And, oh yeah, y'all, I'm cooking too. So y'all hear little cooking noises in the background. It's because I'm cooking, and I do have, I think, bronchitis, and that's why my voice is hoarse and why I sound like this. Okay, back to the story. So I found out about 6 months later I had this abscess, and I went to the dentist to get it checked out because it was hurting. I was like, I need some antibiotics or something. This thing is hurting really bad. And he said, come back and get a deep clean. So they gave me medicine to help me for what I was going through in the moment. And then he was like, come back and get a cleaning. You need to have your teeth cleaned, because I had never, as an adult, I was like around, I would say probably, I think I was around 29 years old, 29 or 30 years old. And he was like, come back and get your teeth cleaned, because you're going to need them clean, because you have an abscess here, and we see where one may be forming right there at another location in my mouth. And I was like, okay. And I did what the doctor said. He gave me some medicine, the antibiotics. It cleared up, and when it cleared up, I came back. I got my deep clean. It was the most painful procedure I ever been through. That deep cleaning by itself made me not want teeth anymore. It hurt so bad. My teeth at the time were not even sensitive, but because the cleaner was going so deep into the pockets of my mouth, because he did the test on them, to tell if you're 1 or 2, 3 or 4, to see how much bone you've lost. And I can't remember, but I had lost enough bone that he told me, if you floss, you can save the remainder of your teeth. And that's what I did for the remainder of the years. I did a lot of flossing and brushing. But that deep clean, it hurt so bad when they told me to come back for the next deep clean. And I believe if I would have stuck with it, that, I may still have my regular teeth. But it hurt so bad. I don't know if it was the woman who was doing it, if she was doing it on purpose, hurting me. But it hurt so bad, I just did not go back for that type of procedure. I told him I didn't want deep cleaning no more. And so I didn't get the deep clean. But what ended up happening, these abscesses kept coming back. And now that the abscess is coming, guess what else is messing up? My jaws. My jawline is starting to mess up on the inside. So I had like 15 surgeries in all with these teeth of mine. I had a full set of teeth. A full set of 36. I think I only had 2 teeth pulled prior to this. And that was like a wisdom. And anyways, I was hurt so bad. I was hurt so bad, I just didn't know what to do. And them 15 surgeries took an emotional toll on me. Because what ended up happening was when he said that I was possibly going to lose all of my teeth over my lifetime, that, these teeth, they're not, bone don't grow back, so you're not going to get that bone back. I felt so embarrassed and ashamed of my lifestyle because I'm a smoker. And that was another thing, too. He said, quit smoking. This is in 2009, 2010, and he's telling me quit smoking. By 2015, I had 15 surgeries. From that time to that time, 2015, I had 15 surgeries and got a diagnosis of COPD. I got a double whammy on my head now. I got COPD, and I got my mouth is just hurting all the time. My jaw is hurting all the time. Sometimes I was getting like a locked jaw. Sometimes like I was getting the Bell palsy, like my mouth would go lopsided. And then it got where he was like, we got to start pulling teeth, because this is going to, if we don't pull your teeth, this is going to cause more bacteria and more problems. They got them teeth. All they could leave, they got all the teeth that had the biggest bone loss. And that ended up being all the teeth except for 7. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it was 8 teeth. They left me with 8 teeth. 8 teeth in my mouth. That's what they left me with. And those 8 teeth have done good from 2015 till now. The abscesses started coming back, and I don't know if it was due to stress, or I think it was highly due to, in this program that I'm in, when they target my stuff, I wasn't able to brush my teeth like I wanted to. I wasn't able to floss like I wanted to. I became paranoid. I stopped trusting toothpaste and toothbrushes because what happened to me. I got to throw this in there too, and I'm going to tell you how fast that although you can be healed of the gingivitis and the gum disease, it can come back just as fast as it heals. Now, it take 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes 3 to 4 months for it to heal. Mine had healed, and it came back. It came back because in 2022, that's when I started going under these attacks, and I got afraid. I ain't going to lie. Fear got to me. And I had, some days I was so frozen, I didn't know what a toothbrush was. That's how scared I was for my life. And so I stopped brushing. I stopped flossing. I stopped using mouthwash because people were putting things into my hygiene products, my oral hygiene products. One time I went to brush my teeth, and it burnt so bad. It hurt so bad. I don't know what was put in it, and I used a mouthwash. I used a mouthwash I had one time, and my mouth broke out all over, and it burned so bad. It hurt so bad. And so I went like a year, maybe almost 2 years, and I didn't really brush because I was in that frozen state, or I would just try to do a little light brushing with, my finger, or, maybe a clean towel. And that wasn't good enough. So the abscesses did come back. One tooth has an exposed root right now. Like the root is out there. The tooth is actually ready to be pulled. But it's me. It's me taking my time about pulling it because I went to the dentist. Last year and the year before last. And they keep turning me away. They keep telling me that they don't got nothing open, or they don't work on adults no more, or they can't handle the diagnosis that I have. All the I'm a liability. In other words, I'm a liability, and they don't want that price on their hands. That's what they saying. But I know they lying, because it's people been bigger than me with way worse diseases than I had, that they got their teeth pulled. They got their surgeries for their mouth, and they did pretty good. So I'm not even giving that option or opportunity to say, hey, can you go ahead and extract the rest of these teeth out so that I can go ahead and get some false teeth so I can have my smile back and also be healthy, because as long as these teeth are in my mouth, it could affect my heart, anything. That's what got to my daddy. My daddy had all his teeth pulled at one time. He left from here with a massive heart attack. But after he had them pulled all at one time, what happened, he caught an infection in his heart. But that didn't cause the heart attack. The heart attack was later on, maybe like a year later. But I saw how he was with the infection. He had to walk around with this thing that shoots antibiotic directly into the heart. He had to wear it around his neck. And, you know, for those who do not know, periodontal disease, gingivitis, and gum disease, you know, I call it all out. It's really the same thing. Gingivitis is the first stage, and periodontal goes in stages, and it's hereditary, and it's contagious. It can be passed on. So I had the favor was not good. It wasn't good for me, no way, because my mama had it, my daddy had it, and then here I was, my ex-boyfriend had it, and then there I was, you know, I was smoking, all the factors were there. So I'm telling you, if you're a smoker, if you like to kiss people in their mouth, and you don't know what's going on with their mouth, and a good clue something might be going on with their mouth, they missing teeth, or their teeth may be contused together. You may see a lot of tartar or something up on their teeth. Now, I was good about my oral health. Now, I believed in brushing my teeth. What got me was I wasn't flossing. The dentist said, if you've been flossing more, because he asked me, how many times do you floss? I said, only when I brush. He said, oh, no. You got to floss every time you eat. See, I didn't pay attention in school. I didn't get that part, that you got to floss every time you eat. That's what got me. And that's how I ended up losing my teeth. So embarrassing, too, because I went from smiling in people's faces to now I was trying to cover up my mouth every chance I got. I started doing like he did. He went from smiling in people's face to, he tried to cover his mouth, cover his smile. And I started doing that, and I done that for a large number of years. I went back to get my wisdom out, and it hurt so bad. That last surgery did it. The 15th surgery hurt so bad. I did not go back to the dentist until 2022. No, 2021. That's when I went back to the dentist. Now, when this infection is present in your mouth, I had to drink some water. When the infection is present, it causes the bone to get ate up faster. That's one thing that I noticed. Now, I don't know the scientific facts behind it, but for me, what happened to me, every time I would get an infection, my bone would eaten up. Oh, I'm glad I thought about this, y'all. I almost forgot to put this in there. Oh, it wouldn't have tasted like nothing if I didn't put my little cube in it. Huh. Y'all, I'm cooking chicken Alfredo. I'm almost done with it, too. With broccoli. Yeah. The more times I was having abscesses, And they could be small abscesses, big abscesses. It don't matter. Wherever that abscess is, it's going to eat that bone up in that gum. And your gums will go disfigured. There's so much that comes with it. And like I said, y'all, it is all hygiene. And it's not that people don't brush, but if you don't get all that food from in them pockets that's hiding, like if you don't flush, then you're going to get that gum disease because that food going to sit there and it's going to rot in your gums. And that's how you get gum disease. By not flushing and rinsing really good. Now, I managed, though, since 2015 to keep all 8 teeth that I was left with after the 15 surgeries. Until this morning at 3 a.m., I delivered a canine tooth. This morning at 3 a.m. I was so thinking I was going to bed. Now, I did watch some videos back in May on TikTok about, because the tooth started aggravating me. Let me tell you. The majority of the teeth I had that fell out did not hurt. But they were aggravating because they would loosen up. And then when you try to eat, you can't eat on that side because the tooth is loose. And then you have to modify how you chew. And so this tooth apparently decided to loosen up when the abscess came last month in May. And I was like, okay, so this is really good for me. And at the same time, it's bad for me because there's an infection present. And at the same time, if I can get this tooth to loosen, get more loose, I can go ahead and take this tooth out myself. Because like I told y'all, I've been trying to get into a dentist, and because I'm on that blacklist, these dentists look at me as a liability. They will not treat me right now. So I'm still praying that I'll end up finding a good dentist. They rather see me in pain than to, treat me right now. I don't know why they treat me like that. Like I said, I've known now for 2 years that I've been on a blacklist, and when you're on a blacklist, you get deprived of your necessities like medical care, medical treatment. 2 years I have been looking for a dentist and just getting turned down because of my size, because of my health. High blood pressure, you got high blood pressure, they can't pull them. And, with COPD, kidney disease, it's a lot of things playing factors in here, and they can do it, but they using them factors to say that they can't do it. So I prayed. I said, Lord, let these teeth loosen up. Let them loosen up. Let them fall out. If they got to fall, let them fall. Because at this point right here, I've been dealing with this since 2009. And, this is a long time. This is some years. And I just rather go ahead and take the chance. Finally, when I made up in my mind, I want to go ahead and get the false teeth. When I made that up in my mind, that's when I became on the blacklist, and now I can't get the teeth like I want right now. But we know God can change things, right? Yes, He can. And that's how it happened. But 3 a.m. this morning, I kept wiggling that thing. I've been wiggling it since May. Because on TikTok, a woman said, if you want to get your tooth out and you're going through, this type of situation that I was going through with the periodontal thing, she said, keep using your tongue to twist it from side to side. Just keep moving it. Just keep moving it. Move it every day. Move it every day. I move this joker every day. Every day. Every day. Sometimes all day. I moved it so much till this morning I was laying in the bed and I was still trying to move it. That's how much I moved it till it became a routine. I got up and I said, okay, we're finna get this tooth out. And so when I messed with it, I said, okay, it's not trying to budge, so I'll go back to bed and get me some sleep. And then when I laid down, 3 o'clock this morning, the tooth, it got so loose, like I felt it pulling from the fibers when I was messing with it with my tongue. It got so loose, I said, okay, I got a break here. It started bleeding. When it started bleeding, I knew that this tooth was coming out this morning. I got my gloves on, and I kept messing with it, just wiggling it back and forth, twisting it, Because, you know, you don't want to pull it straight out. You want to twist it so that it loosens up from side to side. So I kept twisting it left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. You know, just really agitating it. And it finally came out. Finally pulled it. It hurt it. You know, you could feel like with something sore, that hurt it. When I pulled it and blood just nasty blood. Y'all know I cannot stand the sight of blood, right? But I had blood. And I had to be woman enough to get up there, and I looked at that thing and I tried to pass out on my own. I tried to pass out when I saw the blood, and I was like, girl, you got to handle this. And I did. I stuffed it with the gauze and cleaned it up a bit, much as I could. It ain't bled none today, so that's a good sign that it is healing quickly. I won't get to rinse it out till later on tonight. You know, just like the doctors tell you, don't eat or drink anything on it. I mean, don't what did they tell you? Don't drink hot things, don't eat hot foods, you know, try to stay with the cool things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not following doctor's orders, but I'm following what has been done and taught to me in the past when I've had tooth pulled by a doctor. Because one time I went into the dentist, and the dentist, my teeth was so loose, the dentist said, you do know you could have pulled this yourself, right? And I was like, what? I said, I can do that? He said, yeah, it was already out. The root was already out, and that's when I learned what the root looks like. I know we're supposed to already know this, what a root looks like, right? But I did not, in this type of situation, I didn't know what it looked like. But that's exactly when I learned. When he told me that, I said, okay, buddy. So out of all the teeth that's been pulled, I probably pulled about 6 of them myself. But this is the first time where they actually just fell out, so I didn't really have nothing to do. No, this one was actually pulled, but the other 6 that I assisted with coming out, I didn't have to do nothing but just, I'd be eating or something and it just fall out. But this one was stubborn because this one took a long time. And this one I did not even know was loose. This was like my number 1 tooth. I didn't even realize it was loose. Like that was the main one that I eat with. Next thing I know, it's got an abscess and it's ready to come out. And I'm like, goodness. Okay. I got it, though. It was pretty. And like I said, it was so pretty. That tooth was so pretty. Like I said, these are not bad teeth. These are not teeth with cavities in them. These are not, you know, if they broken down, it's for whatever reason. I did have some broken down, and I would tell you why, but I'm not going to tell you why because you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I'm going to leave that alone. And but this tooth was beautiful. It was pretty, and I looked at it. I said, "You're so pretty." It really was. It was a pretty tooth. I had pretty teeth. The one that's trying to come out now, you know, I had pretty teeth. It was pretty, and you know, for me to be 47 years old, by the way, they still whitish looking, like whitish pearl, like they're not stained. Even though I was a smoker for 40 some years, 38 years, they weren't stained. They were just really nice and beautiful. Now I do know that one tooth I will have to have at least one more surgery. I do know that. I know that off the gate because that was broken down. So how do I feel about kissing now? I still like to kiss, but I can't kiss in the mouth. Oh, and there's a video of me pulling the tooth out on YouTube underneath Lovely J Podcast. If you want to go see it, trigger warning: it is gross. It's just mostly blood, and I didn't. But I was able to film and do it at the same time. If you want to go check that out, then go to Lovely J Podcast. Or either you can go to Hello Life Podcast. Hello Life Podcast on Facebook has a full video. YouTube only has like a little clip, like a 20-second clip of me pulling it out. And I may add on there more of the process of how, well, it was just like having a baby. It was a miracle last night because it was like, it's time. And it felt like I was delivering a baby. And I was like, we got to wait a little bit longer. And then when it was time, it was time. And I was like, hang in there, Jeremy. Hang in there, girl. You got this. Take it. You can take this pain. And after I pulled it out, I had a little bit of pain that felt uncomfortable. I took me a pain pill. And next thing I know, I was all right. I'm here today to tell you about it. And the antibiotics I'm taking for the bronchitis, it will probably help with that abscess that was up there. It'll help with it. But I am so glad to have it out. I'm that much closer now to getting my false teeth. I don't care what anybody say anymore. Look, once you've been in this targeted program and everybody knows your whereabouts, how you live, how you look, they know what the inside of me look like, what the outside of me look like. And y'all, and some of y'all do too because y'all be on their websites. Once that happens, it's like you can either fold, lay down and let them take life from you that God has given you, even though you still got breath. Or you could take that breath he gave you and put it toward living your life. And that's what I chose to do. So I don't care I'm missing teeth. Like, I saw my homeboy the other day. Usually I don't even show my teeth to nobody. But I was like all smiles. I don't care anymore about how other people feel about me. It's how I feel about me, and it's about who loves me. I know who loves me. My granddaughters love me just like I am. They even touched and agreed and prayed with me for my teeth to fall out. And they were like, but Grandma, why? They were questioning, why do you want them to fall out? And at the same time, they had faith that God going to do it. So that even though these dentists don't want to work with me, God can do the work. And this morning proves that God did a quick work, exceedingly and abundantly, because it was just last Saturday that we prayed, let Grandma's teeth fall out. And let's see, that was Saturday. That was Saturday on our way to that program. And this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday morning. 3 days later, it was out. No problem. Now, that's how the God that I serve works. He's an on-time God. And I'm going to give the mic back to him every time. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all keep on laughing and picking at people's testimony. You'll see, but I'm telling you some good news. Some good news that you need to know. Floss. Brush and floss and use mouthwash. Brush, floss, use mouthwash. It don't matter how good your teeth is. If you ain't getting all that food out them gums, once you catch that disease, it's gonna take them teeth, them pretty teeth. You're gonna be like me crying. I cried for 5 years over my teeth. I didn't stop crying for my teeth until 2020. That's when I finally stopped crying about my teeth. I was crying because in my mind, that wasn't supposed to happen to me. Not me. A person who brush every day, who take pride in how she look and how her mouth is. Not me. If it can happen to me, it can happen to you. It did. It happened to me. Y'all, these noodles are still a-boiling. It happened to me. And it emotionally, I was destroyed when I lost the first tooth. And then I saw 5, 6, 7 go behind it. Then 8, 9, 10. Then 11, 12. And then it was like every time I went to the dentist, every time I had a surgery to be done, every time he put that x-ray picture of my mouth up there, it's like more teeth just started missing. More teeth just going. It got to be overwhelming. And this is the first time I've talked about it, and definitely the first time I've ever showed it. It hurt me to lose my teeth, but they had to be pulled. They had to be pulled. And I'm glad it's out because it's no longer bothering me like it was. And that's how I pulled my teeth. I just put some gloves on and I twisted it back and forth until, kind of like rocked it until it flipped itself out. And that was it. The root came out with it. So I got a few fragments that's growing out of the gum. And those fragments, they usually take 3 to 4 weeks to grow out of your gum. So I got to deal with that part. But once the gum hardens up, it will reach up there and it'll push them out. Any fragments will get pushed out. It feels like it's already healing. And I am this meat gonna be good. At the same time I'm telling y'all that, I'm almost done cooking. Almost done. Gotta let this spaghetti cook for about 2 more minutes, and that's gonna be it. If you have any questions for me, leave it in the chat. Or either you can leave it on YouTube. I see a lot of you responding on YouTube these days. Thank you so much for doing that. I love engaging with you guys. If you have any questions, just ask me. And the biggest tip I can give y'all is just what I said. Don't just brush, but floss. He said if I would have been flossing and get your teeth clean, twice a year or once a year help. But if you can do it twice a year, get it so you don't have to get those deep cleanings. That deep cleaning hurt. I wouldn't tell nobody to go do that, but if you need to and you got to, yeah. I don't think I got numbed up. That's what happened to me. They didn't numb me. Because they're going to come in and numb me after the girl then. Because once they start taking that tartar off, tartar is kind of like a protective coat. And you can't feel any sensitivity, right? But then once they start cleaning it really good, that sensitivity come back. That junk hurt. That sensitivity in the gums do not play. Let me go ahead and pour this on in there. It's not playing. It hurts. And just make sure they numb you. Tell them you want to be numb. Because some dentists will not numb you. Especially in the black community. Y'all know we get treated differently. And I hate to say that like that. But it's true. As black people, they think we can stand the pain sometimes. And so they'll test us out to see how much we can stand. And it hurts. It hurted. They didn't tell me that I needed to be. I wasn't told that I needed to be, to have, numbing medication. They didn't tell me that that it was even an option. Because, if I would have known that was an option, y'all know I would have took numbing medication. Then again, I'm not even saying that numbing medication would have worked because of the simple fact, if you are a smoker, it is harder to numb you than a non-smoker. Y'all pour water in y'all jars too to get the little extraness out. That's why I had to pour some water in this jar. Get the extra out. By me being a smoker, every time I had a tooth pulled, every time I had a surgery, sometimes I would feel right through the surgery and I holler and I say, hey, I feel that. One guy, I had to leave his dentist. Oh, shoot, I dropped that. One guy had to leave his dentist practice because he was supposed to do the surgery on me. And I kept telling him, hey, I can still feel this. I can feel it. It hurts. And he was like, no, you can't feel it because I've given you the maximum dose of of numbing medication that we can give you. So I know you can't feel it. So he was trying to tell me that he know what I know. And if he would have known what I know, then he would have knew that I could feel it. I could feel it, and that hurt it. It hurt it so bad. I would say out of the 15 surgeries I had, I felt $12 of them. I was never numbed up properly. I felt 12 times. By that 15th time, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Lord, help me. Help me, God. And that's when I just made up in my mind. And anytime it come to my mind, just leave it alone. It works out for my good. I continued to do what I was told to do, flossing and brushing. I continued on with that. Whether I was going to the dentist or not. I was making sure that, I was getting underneath the bottom of things. This looks so good, but why do it look watery? I got to mix this chicken in it. And this broccoli in it. It looks so good. I can't send y'all no pictures. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was feeling that, and he was trying to tell me that I don't feel it. And I said, yes, I do. That's like some of these nurses now, they try to tell me that, they drawing my blood right, and they wasn't. I was getting hurt. If a woman holler, it hurts, especially an obese woman. We got thick skin. But if you hurt us, and we're going to holler. And that's what happened. Now, time is of the essence because I still do have a wisdom tooth that's got to come out. And I'm just praying that some of you guys out here who may be listening, maybe y'all can send up some prayers for me that the right dentist will come along or that I get sent to the right place. I already have a referral. It's just that the people keep telling me they can't see me. And it's been 2 years now. 2 years that I probably had like 3 or 4 gum flare-ups, which ain't good because that don't do nothing but eat the bone in the gum when them flare-ups come. Okay, it's 8:41. I had to cook late. It was hot. Let's see, is there anything else I can tell y'all about this? Oh, I can tell you this too. If you really do brush and floss and use the mouthwash, they have it's a special kind of mouthwash it's a prescription mouthwash. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but it seems like it's chlorine or chlorine or something. It starts with a C, and that helps get rid of those abscesses quick. It's for the gums. It helps real good. So if you're having a problem with abscesses, go ask your doctor about it. Your primary doctor can actually write you a prescription for that. Kissing. Back on kissing. I do the cheek kisses, the forehead kisses. I may even kiss your nose if you're cute enough. But as far as kissing somebody in their mouth or, a little peck here and there, that's okay. But, the tonguing and things, I don't want nobody else's tongue. I don't want nobody else's tongue. You hear me? Keep your tongue to yourself. I be seeing people take pictures with their tongues hanging out, and I be just looking because some of the you can see when a person mouth jacked up. That tell you a lot right there. You can see it. If you see they got stains on their gums, if you see they got really red gums, or they wake up and say that their gums is bleeding, then they probably got gum disease. And if you've been kissing them, you probably got it too if you're not flossing and taking care of your oral health. Because I didn't know oral health was a hygiene. I didn't know that back in them days. I learned Through all those surgeries, I learned a lot. I don't want any of you to have to go through that. So that's why I went on and told my story for you. If you're out here kissing and it'll feel good for however long you're doing it. It felt good to me. I love kissing. My daddy was a kisser. He always liked to kiss my mama. But now I see why she used to turn her head. Because he lost his teeth too. Remember I told y'all hereditary plays a lot in it. And see, my mama, 96 years old, she got all her teeth except for about 2 or 3. Maybe 2. But she didn't do no kissing either. She ain't believing that kissing on the mouth. She take a kiss on the jaw, but she ain't do it. She ain't believing that kissing on the mouth. And I wish I'd been more like her in that area. Because me, I was like, I throw it back. I look, you throw tongue at me, I'll pop it right back too. Them soap opera kisses. That's what got it started, the soap operas. We wanted soap opera kisses back in the day. It felt so good. But if that mouth ain't healthy, you ain't gonna do nothing but pass gum disease. And then you're gonna be looking at your significant other 5 years later. What happened to your mouth? Yep. Okay, so y'all, I'm done with this. I'm going to go ahead and call my fam up to come and eat some with me. I did cook Alfredo pasta. I got a whole pot of it. I did not cook any garlic bread. I don't know. They might have some crackers or something that they could put with it. I did not think about it. But y'all, it's been fun talking to y'all, and I am so happy to have this tooth out. I don't care. Y'all go ahead and laugh, mock, pick all you want to. I am free. Thank the Lord. I'm free. And I feel my voice coming back. So you know Miss Coco getting back in business with her health. If you are privileged to go to a dentist, go. Pay attention to what they say. Take notes. Take your pencil and some pencil and some paper. Take notes of what you need to do for your oral health, and don't just go home and set it to the side, but actually, really, if you want to save your teeth and keep what teeth you have, you need to do them things. You need to floss, brush, and use mouthwash. You need all 3, but that flossing is a main thing. Flossing, that's the one thing I didn't do much of, was floss, and now I know. Okay, so peace, love, and happiness. I'm up out of here. Y'all remember this is part 2. Part 1 is somewhere floating around on YouTube or Spreaker. Y'all show some love. Like, give me some likes and comments. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my channel. Whichever one it says do. If you enjoy listening to this type of content, then you can support me just by liking or leaving a comment. That's all you got to do. That way I'll get out there more to other people and may be able to help the spread of gum disease and gingivitis. You know, be able to help somebody realize, hey, I'm having these little bumps in my mouth and didn't know there was even abscesses. I knew I had funny taste in my mouth and I didn't know it was an abscess. See, people need to hear things like this. Because if I would have heard this, I surely would not throw my tongue back down that dude's throat. Boom! See, I'm a sexy lover. I be all into stuff like that, but not now. Now I kiss the hell out your neck. It's the way I said it for me. But I'm serious though. I would tie your neck up before I tie your mouth up. Nope. Okay, y'all. Just having some fun here on Lovely J Podcast. Y'all have a great one.